Hello again and welcome to this ninth part of this video tutorial series. This is the continuation, so make sure you watch previous videos first. In this video we will make this inventory button work. So let's start by copying this item view page, Ctrl C, Ctrl V to copy, and let's rename it this page to inventory. We will use this page to update inventory. So let's just open this page, very quickly switch to design mode, make some spaces on top for buttons. Okay, here we will enter and make some spaces here as well. So let's drop in a table in this column. Make some more lines in this table, and right here, please enter transaction and click save. We are here, we enter stock in, stock out, and we drop to text box here. Just break text box 1 to enter stock in, stock out, and then here make one and clicks, and we add save button here. So this will be button save, and then the transaction will be updated. On top we will need a button to let's drop another table here, and in this table enter code. So user will enter code to search for the item, and then here we'll enter code, and then we have a button to find. So looks good. Let's just rename the buttons very quickly. Find, and this will be save. So I'm gonna just pause the video and do some CSS styling now. Maybe another button here to open the code book, codes. So I'm just gonna apply CSS style to this button, existing main button styles, and I'm just gonna pause the video and then resume after I have styled the page. So I have just done some CSS styling. The idea is when the user type enters the number here and presses find, the item history should find. So we just modify our data source objects here like so. So the item doesn't come from query string but control, which is text box 1. Finish. No refreshing of the design, obviously, and then we configure next control text box 1 and default value 0. Finish. No refreshing of the design again, and for the balance as well, do the same thing. Select control text box 1 and no, and let's just very quickly run the page to see. And if I enter 100 and find, what seems to be the problem? Okay, hold on. What's the problem is this is text box 3, not 1. Just found out. So I noted 1 here, so I just have to modify all my codes to point at text box 3 like so. So I'm just gonna do that. Text box 3. Finish. So I've modified all to point text box 3. Let's just test it out very quickly. We enter item code and find. Sure enough, the item is found. So what we want to do is, if the item has a stock in or out and we save, enter and save, it should stock in and out. And we also should have a text box for transaction as well, which we are missing. So let's just very quickly make that transaction all set. So it looks okay now. So let's just first let's code this codes button. So when clicked, this page should display item name in alphabetized order and codes. So the user who doesn't know the code can easily find it. So let's do that now. So to create code book, we will just have to go to this table adapter connection and create a new query for the code book. Let's just paste in and let's see the query. So the query retains all the item name and their code, item ID by order by sorted by item name. So just very quickly rename this to code book. And we just take existing design which like current stock, and we make a copy of this, copy paste, and let's name this code book. Open it up and save all and update its query to point to code book. Configure code book. Note this time we have to select yes because the columns are different. Yeah, so I'll just quickly format the columns and then recode this button not to go to home, but just go to the existing page which it will be called upon from, which page is called inventory. So inventory here, save, and on the inventory page we just recode this button to open code book. Response.redirect to code book ASP X. Great. So let's save all, run to test. So basically this page, if somebody doesn't know the code, can just open up the code and see the item they want, maybe 1064, and then close this and tap 1064, and sure enough the item will open, and here it will write the transaction for them if it's stock in or stock out, and then save, and this should update. So let's do that next. Double click on the save button, and here we actually write one method. Let's call it save transaction, double brackets, and so we have a save transaction method here, and we can just copy in this method. We paste in these codes. So basically this code is saying on a variable item code we need details view to row 1. So item code will be, we will get item code if we just basically switch to design view of the page. Details view 2, this is details view 2, and item 1. So it starts from 0 to this is 0 and this is 1. So we will this code from here, and it will just get the item code, and item transaction will be text box 4, stock in will be text box 1, and stock out will be text box 2. So transaction text box 4, stock in text box 1, and stock out text box 2. So we capture all. And username I have just very quickly close this page. I have just drop another user control from here to there, so it will capture username. So we will all the variable. Now we'll just have to write them using one insert statement. So just connection dot open. So we open connection. We write this insert into transaction table. If we very quickly see and open Explorer, and if we expand design transaction table, so we are just you can get the point. We just inserting into transaction table. The transaction ID will be auto, so we inserting item number, date entered. We are not entering date entered using this, so let's for date entered we just select, and for default value we don't do date plus 1, we just do equals date open close bracket. This automatically insert the current date of the system of the server into the database field. So date is okay. Transaction we getting from the variable above, which is text box 4. We getting stock in and stock out and recorded by from the user login ID. So we getting all the fields, and we just inserting the values from above into the item table. So let's just complete this query, and finally closing the connection. We can wrap the whole thing in try catch block and put the connection, close connection in finally block as shown before, so it will always close the connection. And then we use this transaction just be created here, and on the button 2 save event we paste it, so the query runs. And after it saves, we want to refresh this grid, so the transaction we saved will show here, and then refresh this balance, so the balance gets updated. So to refresh, we just write the name of the grid we want to refresh, and then use the data bind method. This is the refresh, and for the details view 3-3 and data bind method, so it get refreshes. Let's very quickly test out what we have written here. So for example, if I open codebook, and for example we want to update for this item number 471, we enter 471 here, so the same item comes, and transaction we say taken by Mr. X, and in doc transfer number, so maybe he did some paper, okay, and then he stock in 0, and how many are in stock, so he stock 1, so you basically take all the item, and then we save, and we see the transaction, the date get inserted in the correct form, and the transaction and stock out, and the balance get updated. So the inventory system is working fine. So we can just do some field validation, range validation on this two text box if you want, so that the range is no, let's just do that. I'm gonna do that. Also once you click save button, we should get a feedback for user saving the item is saved, and all this text box gets clear. Let's just do that very quickly. So when the user clicks the save button, text box 1 and text box 4 should have a default value. Text box 1 dot text equals 0, and text box what was that, text box that was text box 2, so just copy this line and we paste it as text box 2 dot default value equals 0. Transaction text box 4, that's text box 4 dot text gets blanked because, and we do text box for focus method. Oops, like that. So it get focused clears and focus on text box, and we can just drop our label box or something right over here, saying what is this label 1. Label 1 what dot text will say item saved. So label 1 dot text will say transaction saved. Transaction saved. We do some validations. So in here we do our required field validator very quickly, and so we drop our validation, our required field validator here, and here we do our required field and also our range validator. So the range validator will validate this control text box 1. Text box 1 control to validate would be text box 1, but the type will not be string, type would be integer or double. Integer or double would be, maybe they want to enter decimal, so let's do type of double, and also a required field validator as well for this one. So I'm just gonna do validation and pause the video and do validation. So I have renamed the validations validation controls. Now let's just turn these off buttons so they don't cause validation. Cause validation equals false for these, all these. This is already good. This button, yeah, we make no validation for this, so everything looks okay. And when we save this button, we want the label box to display item saved. So maybe we doing that here. We're doing. So let's just run the example and very quickly and see what does it say. Control to validate for required field validator 1. This should not be blank. Yeah, should not be blank. It should validate our text box 4. So we accept text box 4 here. Okay, let's just run and check. Okay, so if we click save, it says transaction required. If we taken by someone, and now it says transaction required. If we write some numbers here, it says numbers only. So we write numbers, it says transaction required. If we write something else, it says numbers only. If we write 0, it's set. So we save, it says error because we should log this on page start, and after this set is done, then we should unlock or something like that. So in anyways, you know how to do that from my previous video. So let's just insert this transaction. Yes, transaction is entered, fine. And item 100 I already entered it. Yes, 10, 15. Yes, item entered, fine, and stock is updated accordingly. So yes, the whole inventory system now works well. This home button is not coded, I believe. So let me just yeah, it's not coded. It should take us to home. So response.redirect. Set. Yes, so the whole website is done now. We have find item, we can find bowl, see the details of the item. We have current stock, we have lost stock. Yes, we can add item like we did before, and we can log out, log in, and inventory, see inventory and everything. This button is not coded in any ways. So in the next video, I will, since our website is complete now, in the next set of video we will see how to upload the video in ASP Seva, IIS Seva, so the entire, you can access the pages from anywhere in the internet, eh? So otherwise the website is complete, so we do that in the next series of videos. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. Please share and like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.